everybody, and welcome back to another Zero stream. I'm Zero, and we're gonna have a stream. Whoa, there's an echo. Hold on. I always have YouTube pulled up now because I have to get the link from there for the promos. And I forget that it doesn't automatically mute the video when you have YouTube's stream thing on. So, but there we go. Okay. At least it doesn't like scare me anymore because I know where it's coming from. I just like, oh, I forgot to close that tab. Speaking of tabs, y'all remember this cool looking Mega Raichu design that I did one time? Well, I posted this on my Tumblr, Zero Pro on Tumblr, follow me, and Neo the Bean on Tumblr drew it, full color, line art and everything. It looks amazing. I love the idea of making this part this bright blue. It looks shocking and it's awesome translated into full color. It looks so great. So thank you so much, Neo the Bean, for this amazing fan art that of the design that I made. But it was so cool. I had to share it with all of y'all. But yeah, alright, so what are we doing today? Well, last time I did the Volbeat and Illumise families, or rather, yes, the two families, because they're separate families and I put them together. I did these two, and I was like, oh, well, I didn't get to do the color, but I can probably just do that over the week. And every time I open this, I'm like, I don't want to work on this. So we're doing it on stream, guys, because at least now it's content and I have to deliver. So let me say hi to this chat real quick. Salt and Pepper Bunny is here in the chat. Good to see you. Julian Zarco is here. Says hello, yellow. And Rodolfo has joined us. Hi, Zero and everyone. Thank you guys for showing up. Let's have a good time today. We're going to draw some, or rather color some bugs. Oh, I am gonna have to draw a little bit of this one because I forgot her arm. So let's toss that in. But yeah, I hope you guys are having a good day today. And if not, I hope we can have some nice, chill, relaxing time together as we do whatever it is we're doing. I'm gonna be drawing, coloring, whatnot. I hope you guys are cracking down on some progress in whatever it is you're working in. I like these streams. I like coming on, just chatting with everybody, getting some work done. You know, during the week whenever I draw things, it's always comic work. I'm always working on my comic, and while I love working on my comic, I love having the comic to work on, rather. Sometimes it can be a little slow when, especially with this next episode, it's mostly just people sitting around a table talking. It's not much going on. So having these times where I can sit down and for 3 hours just kind of crank out some other drawing where I can draw different Pokemon that I would never be able to draw in Jet's Black Nuzlocke because it's a Unova run. It's nice. It's nice to have some avenue to like work on something else. All right. Salt and Pepper Bunny says, I love working on my comics, she says. I do. It's definitely, you know, it becomes a grind at some points because I've been working on it for so long, but at the end of the day, I wouldn't give it up. At the end of the day, I will keep working on it because even if each part of the process isn't the most exciting, having it complete and being able to have something to return to whenever I have an extra time on my hand, it's nice. I often wonder, what am I gonna do once I finish Jet's Black Nuzlocke? My goal is to eventually have an original comic that I can work on, but I've just had this comic for so long, you know? For so long, I can, whenever I'm like, oh, what should I do? Oh, well, I can work on Jet's Black Nuzlocke. It's just always there. And yeah, Rodolfo, I have a comic. It's called Jet's Black Nuzlocke. Jet, J-E-T, is the main character. But if you look up jetsblacknuzlocke.com, it's all there. And it's quite far in, so if you haven't read any, I would book a weekend probably to get through, cause there's quite a lot. Alright, well, let's start by putting in the local color. Let's just start there, shall we? Let's just... Okay, so the sprite and the official art have very different colors. Which one do I go with? I think I'm gonna go with the top color here, because even though it looks like a highlight, I feel like this is actually shadow and the top is the actual color. So let's start by coloring it in. Yeah, no, every time I came back to this drawing over the week, I'm like, oh my goodness, look at all of this space on the wall. It's a diner, so I feel like I need to fill the space with stuff. It's like I'm picturing, you know, the diner wallpaper. I don't know if it's the diner wallpaper, whatever it's called, in Animal Crossing, where it's like just a bunch of stuff. That's what I'm imagining. Just like a bunch of like stickers and I don't know. I think the wings are actually the same color as her face. They're more like a white actually, with just a tinge of color. Oh, let's see. Oh, Pepper says definitely worth a binge. Shucks, thanks. I think it's a fun time. Man, I started Jet's Black Nuzlocke so many years ago when the game first came out. I think I bought the game, but I didn't start playing it until a little while later. Probably. And it's just been going since then. Nuzlocke comics have changed a lot since then. The world has changed a lot since then. Man. Just in the past year. Oh, where should this light be? Something like this, maybe? But yeah, so I think last time someone asked me which my favorite Nuzlocks all were, and I actually don't think I answered that, because it's just such a, it's a pretty hard question, to answer, and here's why. I haven't been reading many Nuzlocke comics lately. It's a little sad, but Nuzlocks were very different back when I first got into them. They were much more like very simple, quick gag comic type things. And now every one of them is like a full-blown story. And it's not that I don't like that kind of content, it's just it's more to like keep up with, I think. Not so much keep up with, but what's the word for it? It's more commitment. It's like starting a anime is, or like any kind of show is commitment to me, in that I'll put it off until I'm like ready for it, you know? And certainly with Nuzlocks, a lot of them are not very far either. So you get like a little bit of it and then you gotta wait forever for an update. So, I guess I just haven't really found ones that pique my interest enough to like get me off my butt and read. Reading is such a great thing, but I just don't do enough of it. But lately I have read a couple of new ones. The classics that I would definitely, you know, say I still enjoy are all linked on my website. jetsblacknuzlocke.com has a links page, and I've put a couple there that are just like ones that I've found a long time ago that kind of got me started into Nuzlocks. Ones like, I think, Shelly's, what's it called? Shelly's Pearl Nuzlocke is one of them. One of the first ones that I read that like got me laughing my butt off and made me want to make one. Petty's Leaf Green, obviously, is a great one. And Kanim's, I think it's Diamond. Both very much old favorites of mine. Now, the problem with old favorites, of course, is like, would I still like them with my tastes now? Because tastes change, you know, as you get older and as you like consume new media. But I remember them fondly. Oh, Lyra's here! Pokemon Master Wheeler says beep! Oh, I'm so glad you came to my stream. Oh, don't worry. Oh no, I didn't mean to pressure you like that, but I'm glad you came. I hope you're feeling okay. If of course it was Diamond, of course, because it's Dial Gaga. Team Gaga. That's still One of my favorite jokes. Salt and Pepper Bunny says, wait, who put Shelly in Sinnoh? Cedar's gonna be worried. For real, right? I think it was called Shelly because of the Shellos named Shelly, I think. It's been a while. So Shelly's Pearl Nuzlocke was an interesting one because that was one of the locks that got taken off the internet, I think. For whatever reason, I think the person didn't want to continue it anymore and kept getting people like bugging them about it. But with this one, I reached out and they actually gave me a link to where it was like uploaded on some kind of imager or whatever, and so I was able to link it on my website. So unless that was taken down since then, I don't keep up with like, you know, the links to make sure it's all updated and stuff, but it should still be readable if you check it out there. It still has one of my favorite Babarrel jokes where the Babarrel is named Bieber and like sings Justin Bieber songs. But yeah, and the art style just it wasn't Shelly's that was the first. I just got it confused because it has a really good art style, but it's Azure's Fire Red, maybe, some kind of red version comic was like the first one that I ever read, and that one I just really liked the style for. That one didn't get far at all though. But yeah, like every single one that I read a long time ago, except for Shoeless, but we don't talk about that one. I think his name is Shoeless or Notepad. Maybe it's Notepad. Notepad had a Nuzlocke that I loved and was taken down, and I reached out and they never responded, and so I'm grumpy about that. It's like, I just want to read comics that I like. Why do you have to take things down that bring me joy? Just leave it up, or like give it to me personally so I can have it on my hard drive. But anyway, Tails is here. Says, hey y'all, good to see ya. Shelly's Rodolfo says, I dropped my Nuzlocke comic before the first gym. Still was like 6 long chapters and a nice practice. That's the best thing about the Nuzlocke, I think. And what I really liked about the energy brought to it by the Petties and the K-Nims back in the day, because it started off so scratchy and just like, you could tell this is, even the original Nuzlocke, you can just tell that this was just a fun little thing that wasn't supposed to really get big, and just a great practice. Like, I didn't get my start in comics with Nuzlocke. I've actually done a comic. It's a paper pencil comic based on, it was like some kind of parody comic about a manga that me and my friends thought was hilarious because it was so bad. And I just redrew the whole thing, but with my characters, playing all the parts. And it's just like, when you have a project like that you can like, that doesn't have to be good, that you can change the style in the middle of, if you feel like your style, if you don't like the old style anymore, or that you've gotten better. Just like, it's so nice to have a project that doesn't have to be publishable or you know, like professional or whatever. it's a fun little practice thing, and it really does help get you started. And then if it does get big, then that's an extra boon. Yeah, no, so like back in the day, it was the original Nuz comic and a bunch of those like silly gag ones. Nowadays, the Nuzlocke that I follow, of course, I follow my friends' Nuzlocke. You got Tails Imp with Step by Step by Step. You got Pepper Bunny with Fire or Finding Your Roots. And you got Wheeler here in the chat. All of them here with their comics. Wheeler's got a whole bunch. The ones that I've read of Wheeler's are Nostalgia Lock, which is complete. You should definitely check that out. Golden Sun, which is a Sun and Moon Nuzlocke featuring Ash Ketchum from the anime, which is something that I haven't seen before, like having an anime character of like be the protagonist. I really enjoyed Golden Sun. And I think most recently ATD was the most recent one that I've read. Oh no, Heroes of Hoenn I actually read very recently. So many good comics, you guys. All of my friends are so talented. But definitely check those out as well. I think I only have one of Wheeler's linked on my page right now. I need to add more. But Wheeler has another one called PEA Shorts, but I have trouble keeping up with that one because it's a lot of them are like ask blogs, and I sometimes forget to like stop and read the actual ask. I just like look at the cute pictures, but that one is fun too. It has a lot of fun moments. It basically stars the characters from Nostalgia Lock, which is another thing that I really like to do, is take characters from one series and either continue their story or like star them in another role. In terms of like ones that I've kind of just picked up on my own, now it's not recent anymore. I think it finished like a year ago, but For Victory was a joy to read through. It really had a lot of fun moments for me. And then Silly Lily I recently caught up with. That was also a really fun one. I like the comedy runs. Folded is a Nuzlocke comic that everyone should check out. Not a comedy run, but possibly one of my favorites, specifically because of the Silver character. Folded is is it a Heart Gold? Hold on. Okay, so I always can't remember if it's a Heart Gold or Soul Silver Nuzlocke because my favorite thing about the comic is Silver, but I think it's a Heart Gold Nuzlocke. Yeah, because Ho-Oh shows up in it, I think. Okay, so that one's complete. So if you guys want something good to read that's like complete, check that one out, definitely. That one should be linked on my page as well. Those are the ones that I can think of off the top of my head. But yeah, I just wanted to answer that question from last time since I forgot to. I don't even remember who asked it. If I did, I would have waited for that person to show up. Maybe it was Javier, I don't remember. Oh, Javier's here! Javier's screaming, read Wheeler's comics! This is all of them! Also, hi, Javier! Let me see. 6 chapters before the first gym? Relatable, says Wheeler. Salt and Pepper Bunny says, that feel when trying to do homework but literally falling asleep. Oh no, is the caffeine and food not helping? Tails, you got Wheeler with 100+ comics over here. Tails, that seems like an exaggeration. Give it time. Silly Lily, that's an amazing name. Yeah, right? It's okay. Silly Lily has a great style, first of all. One of my favorite things about the Silly Lily comic is the stylized way they draw the Pokemon. In fact, that's also one of my favorite aspects of the For Victory. But essentially the concept of the comic is Lily from Sun and Moon goes to Kanto to find a cure for her mom, and basically it's just a red Nuzlocke, or a red and blue, or maybe you'll be more accurate to say fire red, leaf green. I don't know which iteration of Gen 1 it is, but some kind of Kanto run, and but it stars Lily and character hijinks. So like, yeah, Wheeler's Golden Sun was the first one I read that had that starred characters from the anime. Silly Lily was the first one I read that starred the... Actually, you know, I guess I can't really tell if it's the game character or the anime character. I'm gonna assume it's the game one. And V-Link, who does Silly Lily, has a ton of like other short comics that feature this the character from the player character from Sun and Moon, but like specifically it emphasizes the fact that the character from Sun and Moon just always has this emotionless smile on their face, just like completely blank-eyed smile to every situation. The expression on that character never changes, and it's amazing. I don't like how this looks, and I don't know what's up with it. Well, anyway, I'm just gonna leave it alone. I think there's, the shape of the head is just too off, and so anything I do with the, shading just kind of looks off. Okay, well, the characters are colored in. Let's color in the coffee. What color should a cup be? Maybe it should be pink? I don't know. Okay, I'll just put a little bit of shading on. Wheeler says, I can never tell if it's a Heart Gold or Soul Silver Nuzlocke. Me with every Johto lock ever. Javier says, spoiler alert for a 4-year game. Wheeler says, it seems like a mix of game and anime. She has Snowy like the anime, but the Lusamine backstory lines up more with the games. Also, the fact that it keeps cutting to the Sun and Moon characters, which I assume are V-Link's Sun and Moon characters, like from their playthrough that they base their silly mini gag comics on, makes me think it's the game iteration of Lily, since she's from the same universe as them and not Ash Ketchum. But I don't know. I'm just construing now. There's not actually like a Sun and Moon comic that V-Link has done. They're just like little short ones. But if you read through Lily's comic, the Silly Lily comic, I love this. Every time Lily wins a gym battle, she FaceTimes with all of her friends from Alola, and it just has this amazing feeling of community, like Lily has a network of friends and they're all so supportive of her. And then like in the midst of all that, there's random little inserts of a character who seems like paralyzed from the waist down and is going through physical therapy for it. And I'm just like, excuse me? Where's that story? It turns out he's paralyzed because of a joke. I think a Beware like hugged him too hard. But man, you could have fooled me, V-Link. You could have fooled me. Okay, I'm going to look up, and I know this is silly, Lily, but I'm gonna look up Animal Crossing. I think it's the diner wallpaper. Well, that's not what I had in mind. But it might work. Maybe I should just use one of these. Okay, guys, give me a color. What color do you think Miss Illumise's cafe would be? I'm leaning towards mint green. Javier says, hey Zero, small question. How was the Nuzlocke community when you first started your comic? Oh, Javier, I have no idea. I was not part of the Nuzlocke community at all until like last year. Until like early 2019. So I read Nuzlocke comics. I read the original Nuzlocke and a bunch of random ones. I even read Jay Hall's parody Nuzlocke comic where he basically says Nuzlocke comics are dumb because like you should enjoy Pokemon for like yada yada. I don't remember what the premise was, but it was funny enough that I still liked it. You know, it's like whatever, he gets to say what he wants. But I was just reading comics basically, and then Pokemon Black came out. So not only was I already bent on drawing a Nuzlocke comic, but I forgot to mention, because I mentioned Petty and Kanem, I have to mention Landwalker. I cannot be mentioning the classics without giving at least a nod to Landwalker's comic. An excellent one. Check it out. Anyway, you gotta understand, these are some like pretty good comics, at least for when I was starting to find out about this whole thing. And the people who are drawing these comics, they seem like celebrities. They're just like these talented individuals who I wouldn't be like rubbing shoulders with. What do you mean there's a community where these people are just people talking online with each other? I would embarrass myself if I were to engage in that way. So yeah, like they were just kind of like if you read Naruto and like you wouldn't go chatting with the guy who you know, I don't know, like that was my my little thing with my little trouble with people I felt were higher rank than I on the talent and social ladder. It turns out they're all just dorks like everyone else drawing Pokemon comics, but I mean, I wouldn't have known. I can't even say I was a kid. I was like, what, 2010, I was starting college, so I was like 19, 20 maybe. Baby, but still, maybe the floor should be... Man, I'm so bad with interior design. What was I talking about? Oh, right, the community. Okay, so, at some point I found out that there was a forums. And so I started posting my stuff on the forums. Which was fun, and like a lot of people would come on and comment. I remember some of them are still, you know, commenting today. I can recognize their usernames and stuff. Some of them I don't, you know, see anymore, but it's been a while. But that was essentially it. My interaction with the Nuzlocke community was I posted there, and people commented there. And that was about it. Every year they would have this event called the Extravaganza. And of course, I felt even more isolated from my idols of the Nuzlocke community because my comic didn't count for that event. I was disqualified because of certain decisions that I made. So it was like, not only can I not hang out with them, but I can't even compete on their level of with my comic. So yeah, didn't have much interaction. It wasn't until 2019-ish when I remembered a friend of mine, more like an acquaintance, like internet acquaintance, basically a peer, I would say. Okay, let's call her a peer. We're friends, but we don't talk much, but like if we were put in the same room together, we would have a good time, you know, that kind of. Her name is Pio. She does P&P's Adventures, another good one. Definitely check it out. But yeah, like she had invited me to the comic server on Discord. And I was like, I'm not on Discord, like, at all. But I had joined it, and basically like ghosted. And I was trying to get I don't know what I was trying to do. I think I just felt bad that I kind of ghosted on her after I joined. I just never really like said anything, and I liked Pio, so I was like, I should. Pio does another black and white Nuzlocke, by the way. That's why we're peers in that regard. She has a much more manga style, which is really fun. And she's like also very she was very far ahead of me in terms of the story. I think I'm almost catching up to her now, because she's taken quite some breaks as she goes along. But yeah, so as a show of like like, hey, I'm still around, I hopped onto there. I don't remember, Tails, maybe you can remember, but I don't remember if you had anything to do with me going to the comic server either, like if you had, because I think we might have known each other at that point as well, from streaming, or maybe it was my Discord. I used to have a Discord server for Patreon. I don't run it anymore. Running a Discord is a lot of work. But I got on at around that time, and I was immediately welcomed by Salt and Pepper Bunny, Kadu, who does Kuruku, and Dingo, who does Sin. Wait, no, that doesn't sound good. She does the Sins. Shoot, what's it called? Anyway, she does a good one too. I get confused because her name is like Sister Sin, so I can't remember what part of that is in her title. Deadly Sins. Thank you, Wheeler. Deadly Sins is the name of that one. A great style. She has a great style. So yeah, those three were the ones that I remember just really hopping in and like chatting with me and saying, hey, good to see you, and like they had fun things to say. So like whenever they showed up, Dingo was a lot more of a like a there was a channel on the Pokemon Discord, the comics Discord, where you can catch Pokemon basically by like typing in P catch or something or other, and you would catch Pokemon, and it was always me and Dingo in that channel, just like the two of us catching Pokemon together. It was a great time. Kadu, I would always perk up when I saw her on, because she always had fun things to say in any conversation about like how to do comics. And Salt and Pepper Bunny was just an overall like joyous presence, just really welcoming, always trying to, you know, get people into conversations. And so I wasn't really in the community until about that time, and then I you know, and then we did the move, the Nuz Forums move, where we freed ourselves from Tappa Talk and that horrible website. And I gotta say, being on that Nuz Forum stream where we raised money to like afford the servers for Zenfarno, that was about the start of it, of me like actually participating in the forums as a community. And then from there, Tails started working on streams for the forums, and I, being friends with Tails, hopped on with that, and man, the rest is history. Now we do streams on Sundays together, and it's so much fun. It's been a wild ride these past few years, I think. Aside from all of that I just mentioned, I'm not actually on the forums very much. You guys will probably know. I did some participation, I guess, with the teams stuff with Team Delta, trying to get points. I did Comment Corner a little bit. That was fun. That's about it. Oopsies. Let me catch up with the chat a little bit after my long story time. Sorry guys, sometimes I just get a little lost in my thoughts. Wheeler says, I remember it like it was only yesterday. Tails says pink. Pink. Would it be garish if the wall was pink, but the seats were not? I don't know why that got rid of the shade so much. Let's put that back in. This is the song that plays in this cafe. Every cafe should play this. Let's see. Wheeler says, I miss Yin Dragon. Wheeler also seconds pink. Tail says, I say red stimulates hunger. That's good. Yeah. That's good for, marketing? Salt and Pepper Bunny says, imagine being a part of the Nuzlocke community. Javier says, pink looks nice. Wheeler says, I remember that parody. Also same, 'twas a funny enough parody. Which parody was that? Let me think. Which one did I say? Wait, what was I talking about? Oh, whatever, it'll come back to me. It was apparently a commission from a guy who, oh, the J-Hall one. From a guy who was upset about people making comics about Nuzlockers making comics off of 2 Mewtwo getting murdered, and I low-key wanted to go to their profile and be like, yo, check this out when I started the Arcadia bit! Hey! It's like, hey, guess what? This Mewtwo won't get murdered. Javier says, I always enjoyed PMP's Nuzlocke comic. It's very lovely. Very lovely. I very much enjoyed the early parts where it was very chibi and very cute, but the later ones are still really cool. It's just a very different different mood to them. Wheeler says, these people are like celebrities. What do you mean I can just go talk to them? Me with Zero about 2 years ago. It's so strange because like we're all just dorks and making comics together, but there's this, it's just this like natural sort of fear that we have of making fools of ourselves in front of people that appear cooler than us, when really no one's actually cool. We're all just really cool dudes in the same level, and we should be friends. We should all be friends and hang out. Javier's like, me with all of you last year. Oh my goodness. Well, I'm so glad we get to hang out now and talk with each other. Cut to 10 years later, where Zero is one of the highest ranked in the community. I just take over the Nuzlocke community. Please don't let that be the future. I do not want to be in charge of an entire community like this. Javier says, wow, hearing all this is quite a mind blow. It's been a long time. This is a story that's 9 years in the making. Wheeler says, someone who used to comment on Golden Sun back when it first started just started commenting again on the forums. Hey! Salt and Pepper Bunny says, I want another Ganza. Fire for Best Battle 2020. Let's make that happen. Tiny versus Cedar is my vote for Best Battle. Javier says, we're not that far from the next one. ATD for Best Battle 2021. Yeah, we got what is it? Flash versus a bunch of bugs in the woods, but it's cool. Wait, is that a spoiler? The other best black and white lock will Javier says, will Runaway Survivors be nominated for any story lock nominations? Only time will tell, fingers crossed. Runaway Survivors for story locks nomination. That's a good one. Started talking to you mostly when you had your Patreon Discord. I think you were already in the comic server when I joined. Okay. It was a toss up whether or not I like went back somewhat, because I like you were there, but maybe it's hard to remember. 10 out of 10 has a Raichu. Tail says, and I just joined the comic server from a link in a DA journal. Wheeler says, me and Tails becoming friends is a blur. 1 second she wasn't there, the next she was. Hey! Wheeler says, I met Zero through Tails' server. Tails' server. Pepper Bunny says, and then I stole Zero and dragged her out with me. Hey! Poor Kadu really wanted me to stick around, but I just don't have the spoons for like multiple servers. One server at a time for me. Actually, it wasn't so much you dragging me out, Pepper. It was because Tails' server was a little slow and I wanted to like help generate more chatter there. I like started posting mostly in there, and then I just like completely dropped off posting after a while. I didn't realize it would be so hard to like do 2 servers at once. No Tappa allowed in this stream, says Javier. Wheeler says, and then COVID murdered us all. Rodolfo says, I just read my own Nuzlocke comic and got a bit I just read my own nostalgic Nuzlocke. Ah! Blah, blah, blah. Sorry, let me try that again. I just read my own Nuzlocke comic and got a bit nostalgic. I'm so glad. It's so much fun reading through old work. Tail says the 24-hour stream was a blur of a good time and anxiety. It was great. I think some of the mods like stayed up the whole 24 hours. It was insane. Wheeler says, I just commented on a few runs this past weekend. Hey! Tail says, also met Wheeler through streaming since we only started talking after an art jam. Also, Tail says, I am so behind on my comments. 1 month I did like 135 comments and I didn't do like any last month. You're crazy, Tails. Wheeler says, probably not. I think pink and green generally go well together. And they're both kind of pastel-y, so I think it sort of works. Bunny says, oh man, Tails depriving those poor people of their comments. What are you, a mod? Shots fired. Says over here. How often do they do comment corner? I think every couple of months. I participated in one earlier this year. What are you, a mod? J Hall. Also, comment corner is held 4 times a year. Next comment corner is in January. Fun fact, I know 2 people who are intimidated to talk to me. We're all an equal amount of cool. There's just one cup of cool and we all pass it around. Wheeler says December would have been cool cuz Golden Sun and ATD would both be on hiatus that month. Tail says by that I mean none of us are cool. The nice thing about Comment Corner is you get to pick your goal of how many to do. You can choose 5, you can choose 50, whatever you like. LOL, no, that's the current battle. Is also Nutmeg. How's Runaway Survivors going? Javier says Bunny. And Javier says, I had to take a hiatus 2020 and all. But it will come back next year. Salt and Bunny says, that comic server doesn't deserve your amazing presence anyway. It's alright. Apparently all the cool people from comic server went to 100 days server, and the people in 100 days server are pretty cool, so I'd say there were some cool folks there. Maybe I should make this like that. I don't know. Also, this Minecraft music is making me remember that I need to make sure that my Minecraft is working in time for Wheeler's Minecraft stream on Friday. Also, what color should this part be? I guess that, and then maybe this? Maybe this? Maybe this? Maybe something like that. I don't even know. Oh, this is another good song to put in a diner. Man, sorry guys, I can't read comments, or I can't read the chat while I'm drawing, and I can't draw while I'm reading the chat, so it's like one or the other. Terrell says, I was definitely in the comic server lurking before I talked. To be honest, I also only started talking in there because at one point Pepper was so enthusiastic about welcoming back. At one point I started to chat. Javier says, what is this? The Oscars? What What is this? The Oscars. Bunny says, well, I just worried when you were gone. Wheeler says, oop, dinner time. Okay, I'll see you later, Wheeler. Tail says, oh, it's not bad, Pepper. I just actually never gotten welcomed into a community before and didn't realize anyone noticed me gone. Aww, Pepper is the best. She, like, whenever someone new shows up, she's there. Just, hi, welcome. And she notices when people leave and come back. Well, it was always nice to see your enthusiastic posts in the promos channel. Oh yeah, the promos was great. That was one of my favorite things about the comic server. Was it was a great collection of everyone's updates. But then I started falling off of updates. Like you miss one update and then every single promo then becomes like this walk of shame of you didn't read my last one. Well, here's another. Here's another. And here's another one. Cute and fun. Nice to see. Then you were gone. C0, this is why you have me, Pepper, or Lara on to read your comments for you. Also, I didn't mean to make you worried. Oh, yeah. I wouldn't actually know how to like set up so that I can get Discord on the streams. Maybe at some point I'll do that, but I don't know. It's a lot to ask of someone. And you guys are always you know, you got your own lives and you've got your own stream times. I can manage, you know? Like, it's also fine to take a break from the drawing now and again. As long as I remember to not take too long, is just the thing. I think I was stalled out for a whole 5 minutes there. Okay, so base colors are in. Let me put in a shadow here. A shadow here. Put a little shadow on everything, give it some dimension. Yeah, that was a long time ago. It feels. It's the tale of a tale from way back when. Okay, so guys, this picture takes place in a diner. Yes. There's another thing that takes place in a diner that I've been thinking about. Not really takes place in a diner, but returns a lot to this diner. But basically, there's an anime that I watched some time ago. A couple of months ago, I would say at this point. Not like too many months ago, like still this year. But you guys remember when I was talking about Blood Blockade Battlefront? For some reason last night, that anime came back to my memory, and I just had to draw the main character. I don't know why, but the kid is just so cute. I love his design. He has beautiful eyes. And he's such a delightful character. Just seeing him again, like I went through the tag on Tumblr, and just like seeing him again made me happy. And I'm just like sitting here like, this isn't a good anime, right? Like, it's not, right? I came out of that anime convinced that it was not, but was it? Like, how can something so bad make me so happy? The ED, you guys. If anything, if nothing else, watching Blood Blockade Battlefront, or Keke-Sensen, or however you pronounce it in Japanese, gave me the opportunity to watch that ED 12 times in a row. Was it 12? Is it 12 episodes or something else? I don't even know. Y'all, I kind of want to watch it again. I kind of want to like watch it again and see if maybe like I missed something. I know people actually like it. I know there's definitely like a group out there that like this anime. And I'm going to find them. I'm going to look it up on YouTube. I'm going to have the folks on YouTube explain to me why exactly they like this anime. But at the end of the day, I feel like I just need to see it again for myself. The reasons I thought it was bad is it's so disconjointed. I said this before and I'll say it again. It's all substance, all style, no substance. It's like, it looks amazing. It's very well animated. The shot design, the direction, amazing. But holy moly, what is the story even about? Something about these twins, and like there's blood sometimes, and she disappears, and I don't even, he's running around a lot. What even happens in this show? Random characters show up and then they disappear. It's just a lot. And yet, you guys have shows like that? A show that you like watch through and you're like, but then you're like, It might just be that I literally just love the style of the show so much that that's enough for me. You know, like, enjoyment of art is very subjective at the end of the day. Me and Pepper were talking about this earlier today, and Pepper said, and I agree with her, that there is an objectivity about art. It is based off of subjective measures, based on culture and whatnot, but there is a way to discuss art a little bit objectively, but I would still say it's all pretty subjective at the end of the day. You can argue one way or another, but it would all hinge on everyone agreeing to the terms that were set in stone a long time ago, and which change as culture and the world changes. And I think for me, subjectively, maybe just the style of a show is enough to keep me invested in the characters and their story. Very possible. I can objectively say that season 2 of that anime is terrible. Just don't even. Very likely the season 2 negatively affected my memory and opinion of season 1. It's very likely to be the case. Rodolfo says, I felt a bit wanting to continue my Nuzlocke, but I need to focus on my original stuff that can earn me money. Excellent, Rodolfo. Keep that passion burning. The Nuzlocke will always be there. You know, it's your story, it's your work. Someday, out of the blue, when you have time and money all taken care of, then maybe you can pick it up again if it's something that makes you happy. But until then, an original story is so cool to have, and I fully support it. Tail says, Zero, you literally dropped money to be able to help me stream Swish for the forums. I owe you. No, you don't. Honestly, Tails, it was the perfect excuse for me to not only buy the game, which my sister and my brother have also enjoyed, so at the end of the day, it wasn't just for the forums, and 2, gave me the opportunity to actually play it, because sitting down to play a game is just time now. But when you stream a game, haha, that's when it becomes an obligation, and then you're obligated to play. Gives you that opportunity. Wheeler is back with dinner and says, oh hey, I think that last one was the song I used for the pre-stream wait cover on my PMD streams. Oh my goodness. I don't remember which one it is, but it must have been one that I enjoyed enough to put on. Javier says, go for it, enjoy the anime. Rodolfo says, Saint Seiya is really stupid with a lot of plot holes and bad filler, but it's amazing and very popular in Latin America. There's something to be said about nostalgia, but like Blood Blockade Battlefront, I can't even say has plot holes. I can't even say it has filler. The whole thing, I don't know if you could even say the whole thing is filler. It's like the whole thing is snippets of filler episodes. It, like, the whole thing is, feels like the recap episodes of another anime that's much longer that you haven't, that won't exist. There's an anime out there, and all of the recap episodes have been collected and shipped to our universe, and labeled as its own anime. Is almost what it feels like. And that it's not giving it enough credit to say it that way, but that's like the energy that it gives off. There is still substance there a little bit, like a very tiny, like if you listen very hard, you might hear the echoes of it in the last few episodes and maybe somewhere in the beginning. But it's so hard to piece together, but also because of its weird style, I feel like a lot of it might just have been lost on me, and like I just need to see it again and get someone else's opinions too. Someone smarter than me needs to talk to me about this anime because it's been in my head. Rodolfo says has some really nice points too. Wheeler says, objectively speaking, Across the Divide is the best Nuzlocke there is. Well, you know, I can't argue with that. Wheeler only speaks the truth. Javier says, I thought Yellow Nostalgia Lock was the best. Nostalgia Lock is the funniest, says Wheeler. Tail says, 90k Wheeler, Golden Sun, HOH, and Nostalgia Lock all exist. That's stiff competition. Javier says, is not fair to pit them all against each other. All of them are great. Wheeler says, kicks PYNL's silver medal for funniest run under a rock. Zero realizing my strategy for streaming games. Javier says, you deserve that medal, don't hide it. Tail says, I literally started streaming so I had an excuse to play games again and replay games again. That's a big one. That really is a big one. Replaying games. When you hardly have time to even play games, how in the world can you justify replaying games that you've already played? It's just there's too much content out there. But if in fact the world needs to know about this game that means a lot to you, and the only way to bring it to the world is to stream it, and of course you would have to play it again, then it becomes a crusade. It was kind of the reason why I wanted to stream what's it called? Ace Attorney. It's like both of those are reasons, because one, I haven't finished the series and it would give me an excuse to finish the series, and two, I like the first game a lot and I wanted to watch the live action movie with my friends, and so the best way I could think to get my friends into the game so that we could watch and they can understand was to play them. But then Game Grumps ended up playing it, and they're way funnier than me. So, and I think Wheeler's gonna play it, and she's way better at games than me, so it's like, what do I even have to offer? Ow. It's a way too long game series anyway. Okay, guys. I need to make a decision on this wall now. And I'm gonna try. My first attempt is gonna be tiles. Alright? I'm gonna try tiling. Oops. Wheeler says, Oh, Javier says, I usually play video games in my free time, but I might stream something just for fun. Wheeler says, yee, but if I'm showing one of my favorite game series to my good friends, gotta stream that then. Yep, yep. It's, video games are just more fun when people are watching. And I'm not saying that because, like, streaming or whatever, but like even as a kid, I liked having friends over and to watch me play my video games. I personally wasn't one to like be able to sit still and watch a friend play video games very well. I was always the one that like is like, give me the controller, I want to try. But I was lucky in that a lot of my friends just didn't like to play video games. They either thought like it was too hard or they just weren't good or whatnot. But they love to watch me play. Having someone to enjoy moments together, like when you defeat a boss or you discover a hidden tunnel or you accidentally fall down a pit of despair. It's all so nice to have someone to share those moments with. Wheeler says, Javier says, playing video games alone is fun, but playing with while chatting with people and other stuff is another tier. Salt and Pepper Bunny says, and once you start streaming games, it's hard to go back. Yeah, it really is like just a really great kind of feeling to have people watching. It's hard to play without people watching once you experience it. Like when I was playing Hollow Knight, I was having a good time, and then when I started streaming it on Discord for Pepper to watch, I suddenly didn't want to play on my own anymore. I'm just like, every time I wanted to play, I'm like, hey Pepper, you want to watch me play? Wheeler says, imagine not playing something because someone is funnier than you. See me giving trivia on streams about games even though Chugga is 5 trillion times better at it than me. But see, here's the thing. I don't watch Chugga. I like watching you. Tail says, everyone is funnier than me, so that's why I just stream anyway. Rodolfo says, I sometimes stream Toho because of that. My friends don't want to play those games, but some prefer to watch me play and sharing about the lore. Tails says, I still can't believe people watch me do it, not gonna lie. Wheeler says, false, Tails. Salt and Pepper Bunny says, Tails, your streams are the best. I would agree. Wheeler says, you're plenty funny. I agree. Also, Nyx is pretty funny too. And specifically, torturing Nyx can be a great pastime. So, also Zero Mood with me and you and Bloodborne. Yeah? Yeah? Javier says, if it wasn't by my schedule, I would have watched more of your stuff, Tails. Aw. Tails has some fun streams for sure. I've made it's become part of my weekly routine to attend, and it's been so much fun. What do I do here? I think it's like this. And then oops. Okay, now let me tile it first. Okay, well, okay, so here's the thing with Ace Attorney, okay? Here's the specific thing about Ace Attorney that continues to give me pause when the bug to stream it comes around. And I think you'll find it's very logical and not at all because I'm like boo-hoo, I'm not as funny, okay? Okay, so here's the thing. I wanted to stream Ace Attorney so that my friends can experience the story so that I can make them watch the live action. And Pepper has already seen it because of Game Grumps, and Wheeler plays it. And because I want them to experience it for the story, Game Grumps does a better job at the voice acting than me. So I would just be like doing a poorer version of that, which isn't my desired effect. On top of that, I have streamed Ace Attorney for a friend before, and quite nearly lost my voice because of it. It was actually quite painful to stream Ace Attorney. So, you have my sympathies, Wheeler, if you ever decide to stream Ace Attorney. 'Cause it is a lot of dialogue. Easing into more talkative games, says Wheeler. Good, good. You gotta train up those voices. If I became an attorney, I would also be an Ace Attorney, says Wheeler. But yeah, and with Tails, if Wheeler streamed it, then Tails would be able to watch it there too. So all of my bases are covered. It is no longer this unicorn of a game that I want people to see. It's gonna be out there. The burden of proof is off of my shoulders. And I get the desired effect. So yeah, those are all reasons why when as time goes on and more people are planning to stream it, I just kind of like maybe I shouldn't. Not so much because I don't want to play it again, which I also am not sure if I want to play it again, since this would be my third time playing it through. I played it once through, and then I played it again because I completely forgot about it. Like, I didn't know what the I basically forgot what the game was about, so I played it again. And then I watched Game Grumps play it again. There are definitely other games that I would want to play. Speaking of playing games, let's bring this back to oopsies. To things we're actually gonna do. Right? So y'all know that last year, well, maybe you don't know. If you don't know, last year I diddly done played some Banjo-Kazooie in December. Had a lot of fun. And this December, I am planning to play Banjo-Tooie. Unfortunately, Banjo-Tooie is a much larger game than Kazooie was. And so... I've reached a decision. Starting next stream, I'm gonna start playing Banjo-Tooie, going through the rest of November to the end of the year. And hopefully those extra 2 or 3 streams will give me enough time to finish the entire game before the year is over. And if we finish early, then we'll just go back to drawing things, which is always nice. But yeah, I hope you guys are okay with that decision, because I love this game and I am looking forward to sharing it with all of y'all. This is definitely one of those games where I'm just like, y'all need to appreciate and I hope you guys have a good time. But yeah, that's my plans. I just came up with them earlier today. I just made a decision today on it. And I think it'll be good. Cause with as much as I love doing these Pokemon families, I think it's time for another break. Considering how tired looking at this one made me this week, when I was like, I should finish this Illumise and Volbeat picture so I can do something else on stream, and my brain was just like, no, put that away, work on your comic. I'm like, yes, I shall do that. That is the thing that I shall do now. Okay. Alright. What else do we have? Oh, the plate. The plate! We mustn't forget the plate. Uh-oh. Okay. Believe in 2020. Aw, shucks. Aw, shucks, you guys. Stop it. You're making me embarrassed. Tail says, okay, but what if Zero and Wheeler doing AA together so you have 2 people voicing the characters? I would love that. That would be so much fun. Wheeler, I would beg on hands and knees if I could be co-voice actor on your streams. Unfortunately, because of the way the stream latency works, I would literally be like 5 seconds behind every time you like get to another line. So I don't know how that would work. Maybe if I had like the script in a Google Doc or something and I just like read through, but it would be difficult. It's really, you need something like Tails and Nyx where you're in the same room together, you know? JMZ Productions is here. Says, how you doing? It's going good. It's going good. I am making progress on this piece right here. I don't know what to do for the top up here. I don't know. Maybe if I take the Oh, I see. Okay, I did not treat myself right. I was not kind to myself. Let's see if it lines up. Do 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 do. Oh, that's another thing. You know, like Hollow Knight is one of those games where I think Wheeler is has mentioned interest in streaming. Tails is streaming and stuff. But that's one game that I would also stream if I had time to. Because as a platformer with difficult boss battles, I think it could still be an interesting to see someone else do it. Ace Attorney as a game is more of a make sure you pick the right answers kind of deal. There's less difference from stream to stream. You know? It's like I've watched a couple of, remember when Doki Doki Literature Club was really big and like everyone was streaming it? I watched a couple of those and sorry, I'm like, what am I doing? Wait, I think I'm doing this? No, like this? I don't know what I'm doing. I don't know what this is. Anyway, I don't know if this is gonna look good. Woof. Okay. Well, I'm just gonna keep going. And we'll see. We'll see. What? What? I did not do this the smartest way I could. I did not. I did not. Oh boy. Oh boy. Whoops. Okay, let's try a different color for these. Let's try maybe this color. Quay, 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 now me, oh me, oh now. Na me, oh, na me, oh. Tails, Pepper, and Zero. All of you are invited to join call on anything I stream. Lyra! Thank you so much! Oh my goodness. Tails says blurry eyes emoji. Oh no, Pepper Bunny said, how is this music so perfect for this moment? And like literally the music just changed, so I don't remember what it was. Tails says, also OMG, Javier, you gonna do it on Twitch? Yep. Bunny says, slams follow button. Hey Javier, why aren't you on Tails' server? Slams the follow button too. Aw. Does Javier even know that Tails has a server? It's a good question. Javier is such a cool chappy. But, you know? Sometimes you can't collect all of them. But Lyra, that's so sweet of you to offer. I love being in chat with you guys on stream. Okay, I'm gonna spend a little extra time making these blocks look a little nicer because I think this will save me time on making like actual decoration for the walls. So I don't feel bad if this comes out right. This works the way I want it to, the way I intended. Aw, gee. Aw, come on, you're embarrassing yourself. This is a game that I should probably stream. This game is called Ty the Tasmanian Tiger. Oh, Tails, I think Nyx mentioned this game before. You should make Nyx stream this game. It's a platformer though, so they're gonna suffer, but I guess Okami is technically a platformer too? So they... As if they're any stranger to suffering. Come on, come on. I don't know, it kind of looks like a bathroom. I don't want it to look like a bathroom tile. Wheeler says, I opened Minecraft to make sure Realms was working and I just hear fox noises in the background. Nice! They know you're there. Canoe's in it, Polar's too. Bowser's family vacation. The Nuzlocke Forums is here. The whole forums. Okami is more of an adventure game like Zelda. Oh, okay. I can see that, yeah. She doesn't platform very well. So yeah, you're right. Oh, oops, I typed over to Twitch. Welcome back. I'm here, I'm there, I'm everywhere. Nuzlocke Forums, who you gonna call? Psychic friend Fredbear? Javier says, and the server sounds like fun. How can I join in? Well, it's let me see. That's a good question, Javier. I don't actually know how to invite people to other people's servers. Too high for Mario Kart. Rodolfo says maybe something like a Coke ad or a street sign on the wall. Oh yeah, yeah. Could be fun. Oh, okay. Let me see. I think I wanted to try to make a diner clock. Let me look up what this looks like. Diner clock on the wall. And since I'm being lazy, I shall use the figure tool and make the perfect circle. Whoops. Oh, Javier, I totally forgot to make you that, that Miraculous Ladybug bingo chart. Is that right? If it's up, then it would appear down. Or would it be... Oops. In the middle. Twelve, 6. Silly. Und 9. Und then we has the 1 and the 2. I think the 1s actually don't have... Yeah, they shouldn't have serifs. like that. Und two. Three is a fair. Und the five. Alright. Oh, yay! Quite honestly, I forgot Tales' server is an open server. What time should it be? Let's see. Early morning, maybe. Let's make it 9. Let's make it 9. 9 o'clock. And I think in the center, let's make that center part. Oopsies. It's my signature. And then the face of it should be white, probably. So let's color that in. And then the outside, let's make that, I don't know, red, maybe. No, wait, I gotta make it match the furniture, so let's make it mint green. light will be like that, maybe, to show that it's solid. Oh no, that looks bad. Maybe like that. Gotta put a little bit of a cast shadow on the clock face itself. Yes, starting to look solid. What time is it? How much time do I got? Oh, I got plenty of time. Okay, cool. Okay, okay, alright, alright. Yes, and then... Oops. Okay, let's put a shadow on her, because I realized she should have one. What color should her shadow be? Maybe purple? Something like that. Okay, and alright, that idea for a poster though is very cute, so I'm gonna try and do that. Maybe like a band poster? I know you said Coke ad, but I don't quite know how to do one of those. I just want to fill, you know, the problem is I want to fill the whole wall with just stuff. But that would take forever. Not sure what this is a poster for. Oh, you know what? You know what, you guys? I have a poster. Let me see. Open. Let me see if I have this. Pokemon. Other. Total Defiance. The Boys. Oh no, it's tiny. Oopsies. Man, that would have been fun to put in the background if like I had more stuff to put in the background, but I think as it is, it kind of sticks out. So I don't know. Maybe if I put a frame around it. Let me try to. Okay, let's stick it right there. Okay, and then let's try to frame it. Let's see if I can do that. It looks kind of vintage. Wheeler says, me, wandering around the realm's world, going through the giant house my sister made. Me. This is the part that wasn't lit very well. Well enough to keep monsters from spawning, right? Me sees a creeper in the room. Guess that answers that! Alright, Tails is gonna lurk for a while. Javier says it looks pretty. Thank you, Javier. Okay. Okay. Let's see if this color works for a frame or if I have to go with something a little more vintage. Oopsies. Da, da, da. this under that. What is in this? Okay, there's nothing in this layer. Let me get rid of that. Okay, that's a shadow from the frame, and then where should I put this? Have the light of the picture frame itself. Should I? Man, I kind of just want to... It's like, should I just add a bunch of pictures? That could be something that I can do in my own time, I think. I think having the wall a little bit more full could probably add to the aesthetic, so I might consider doing that in my own time. But for now, I'm going to leave the wall as it is, with just the two of these. And let's do some more shading. Got big boy over here right next to the window. So let's shade his whiskers. I mean, what are these? Antennae. And then John is here. What if you had another framed picture of the whole drawing? Just like two of the same? I don't know about that. Wheeler's like whiskers. Whatever these things are. Don't you have whiskers coming out of the top of your head? Okay, his face color definitely needs some shading. Something like that? putting shadow tends to create form, and I never really know how to shade when the form seems to be globular roundedness. Let's bring this over down like this. That works, I think. Okay. And her face needs a little bit of this going on. And then her whiskers need to be shaded a little bit. Oopsies. There we go. Bring it in a bit like that. All right, all right. And can I bring some highlight onto here, or would that be weird? I think that looks good. These kind of diner seats and such always seem like they should be a bit shiny, so oops. Okay, it's time for some gradients. It's gradient time. Which way should I make it light? How do I make it feel like it's... How do I make it feel like it's a morning? Okay, that's alright. Okay. Let's put a bit of yellow from the top, maybe? And then some white. And then let's make one from the very top. That is... orangey yellow. Let's have it coming from over here. What should I do with this? Lighten, screen, overlay. Oh. It's very bright. Maybe under the characters. What if I had a bit of blue coming in from the bottom with a multiply? That looks terrible. Maybe no multiply. Maybe, okay. Okay. I think I'm digging that a little bit. Let's try lighten, and if I just do a... What happens if I just do radial right here? Right here. Let's put this over everything. Oops. So highlight this and go. Woof. Why do I have part of the background on the color layer? This is what happens when I have too many layers. I start to like lose track of which ones are on which. Like all of these highlights on the chairs I accidentally put on the wrong place. Let me see if I can just highlight all of them. Let me see if I can grab all of them. Like this. Oops. Great. It's a lot of stuff that wound up on the color layer. Okay. I think it's all the shadows. I started putting in shadows. Oh no. Like all the shadows, including the table. Even this. Okay, I think that's all of it. Now we go to here, paste, combine. Does that work? Gotta turn this off. Oh, I see. There we go. Oh, where's the no, I need the multiply. There it is. Uh-oh, what color is that even? Okay. Multiply. Put his shadow in. There we go. And the seat, of course. Alright, well, what do you guys think? I think that might be everything. And it's just the two cute little bugs in love. Wheeler's like, I just call that hair, personally. Javier says, the light, it burns. Salt and Pepper Bunny says, I hate these Pokemon. Volbeat and Illumise, blech. What is this from? I have no idea. What, this current song? Or the one previous? Yeah, I'm not big on these Pokemon, but I think this piece came out pretty cute. So, I think that's perfect. Now we can... Hold on, I just noticed. Now we can draw a final Pokemon, and we actually have time to do it. So if anyone wants to request a Pokemon for me to draw, to end up the stream. And we're getting requests for a Mareep. Alright. Javier says it's Wooloo, but better. Salt and Pepper Bunny says, I took 8th place in my race to request Marie first. Javier says, I'm just joking, both of them are the best. Hold on a sec. There was a Calamus that I drew once that I really liked. Let me see if I can... Oh yes, of course. What should old Calamus be doing? Be coloring. I don't know what's up with that leg. Sheeps have some fun anatomy. Vega's coming out a little weird because Cleffa is a very precise kind of shape. Can be a little difficult if I don't have a sketch to start off with, but I refuse to sketch for these. So it takes more time. Fun coloring time with his new super best friend, Vega. Oop, that looks adorable and somewhat familiar. This is Calamus' inner child. Maybe someday it can be his outer child. Aww, look at them, having fun, being super friends together. Calamus is a child. A whole child. Well, I think... Well, we have a little more time. Okay, what if, okay, so you know how it's really fun to draw in a child style? Okay, what if they drew the whole team? So we got, ooh, that color, Vega. Calamus. How do kids draw on clothes? I don't even... Oh no, where do I put Orion? Ah, we're running out of space. Quick, scale things down. How would... Oh no! Rose looks like a koala! Calamus is good at drawing. The accuracy should be in a museum. Perfect. Oh, a little more time. Is it time to draw Sapphire and Rose? Pepper's just like, my boy. in that Zelda CD ROM game. My boy. And I guess that's about all the time that we have, guys. Thanks so much for coming to the stream. Let me see if I can diddly daddly in some highlights. Like that. Maybe? I don't know. Honestly, I should be going a lot bigger with the blobs because it's wool. You know, like, but I don't know how to do that in a short amount of time. But yeah, anyway, sorry about that. Sometimes I just like to noodle, but gotta say, that was a lot of fun. I'm so glad I got the diner scene all colored in. Man, that was sitting on my to-do list all week, and there's just something about sitting down with you guys that makes it so that I can get stuff done. Well, yeah, like I said, next week, if I can get the system running, we'll start hopping into video game month. 2 weeks early, or like however many weeks early. 3? Anyway, a couple weeks early, but we're gonna enjoy the rest of 2020. I think we all deserve a break, don't you? But thank you for coming, hanging out with me, and that's the stream, everyone. Until next time, wash your hands, stay safe, stay sane, and keep your noses clean. Catch you later. Bye-bye!